The following program may contain subject matter and language suitable for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And welcome back to another episode of The Meltdown. He's Jeff.
I'm Jeff. And he's Norm.
Gotcha again. And if I did it quickly, you'd have no time to think.
You're right.
Yes, so I'm Norm, and he's Jeff, and I'm Norm, and we're Norm and Jeff, and we're two crusty old buggers who have, I don't know, we have our own opinions and film equipment, so we have a show, and this is what we do. Now, the first season, we're focusing on technology, we're focusing on social media, we're focusing on, all of this stuff that, we're all immersed in every day. But we were talking the other day about what our season 2 might look like, and it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of crap we could pick on, a lot.
Certainly.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
So we're kind of veering away from social media. We started veering away a little bit in the last episode, and we just talked more about cell phones and technology. And today we're talking about being present amid all this technology. And I'm sure one of these examples I'm going to read later is going to talk about this, but it's kind of like going to a concert, and instead of watching the concert with your own eyes, you've got your phone up in front of you like this, watching it through your phone, and so you can do that again sometime. But, are you missing the moment? You see this when my kids were younger and doing school plays and stuff like that. Even back then, people, had cameras and phones, and you just see the sea of phones everywhere, and you wonder, are you missing the actual moment?
Well, I think in a way you are. I mean, because you're not looking at it with your own eyes, you're looking at it through the lens, which is kind of cool. But I think it's nice to record it and have it saved for posterity, as they say. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to just sit there and actually watch the concert or watch the play or what have you.
Yeah. See, in the old days, when people's phones didn't have cameras, you would have an actual camera. So, when my kids were doing some kind of school thing, and when weren't they? If you're watching, I enjoyed every minute. Swear to God. I would set up a tripod, and a camera aimed at the stage. But I'd sit down then, just hit record, sit down and watch with my own eyes. And yes, I'd have it for someone who couldn't be there, maybe another family member who couldn't come in to town or whatever. But being present, that's so much more. It's expanded into everyday life. Whether you're watching TV with someone, maybe there's a favorite show that you have, and you're watching TV, and maybe one or both of you are constantly on your phone during the show that you like. How many times have you been out to dinner with someone, and maybe not the someone you're with is constantly on their phone, but if you look around at the tables, well, you'll see a sea of people on their phones all the time.
Yeah. I've even been, at the dinner with people that I know want to be with me. They're sincere about it, but they will take the time to just check their emails and or whatever they're checking on their phones or what have you. So you look around in a restaurant, and as you say, you'll see people that are texting someone else or whatever the case may be instead of talking to the person that's actually at the table.
Yeah, and just imagine if you're with somebody, and let's say it's a special kind of an evening. When someone texts you or emails you, unless, you're expecting to hear from someone because it's an emergency or something like that, you don't need to even look at it till the date is over.
Exactly.
Then you can check all your messages at once in one fell swoop.
Yeah, or when you're waiting in line at whatever grocery store, or you name it, whatever, and somebody's on the phone.
Yes.
And then they're talking to the checkout person, and they're still not off their phone. I just find that very rude. Like, you know what? Finish your conversation and then get in line or whatever. But I just find that's rude when you're blah 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 blah, and the person is checking things out. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, okay, I'll pay the money, and just One thing at a time, as we've said before.
That's right. Focus.
Focus.
And there's nothing wrong with giving your full attention to one person or to the people that you're with. Nothing wrong with that at all. In the old days, they would call that respectful. All right, here are some more technology fun facts.
All right. I love fun facts.
I got these from a website called LifeBuzz. Okay, so listen to this. Fact number 1. In 2012, at least 17 newborn girls were named Siri.
Siri.
Uh-huh. Wow. Now, you know who Siri is.
Sort of.
Okay, so that's why you didn't go, oh, wow, that's strange, because you have no friggin' clue who Siri is. So Siri is the girl on the iPhone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Now you know. See, now it makes it more of an interesting fact. Yeah, Siri. Oh.
Well, it still sounded interesting. It
just not that
get the
interesting.
reference. But now that I know, it is very interesting. Yeah. So people are just like, whatever, name her Siri. I don't know. Yeah. Well, what's in a name?
All right, fact number 2. There are more than 682 million iPhones across the globe.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that.
682 million.
Yeah.
I like big numbers. You notice every time we read a fact that's got a big number, I have to repeat it first of all and then be amazed by it.
Yeah, it is amazing.
I don't know why, but... Okay, here's one you probably didn't know. A red panda is native to the Himalayas and southwestern China.
Right.
Okay? Translated, the English word for red panda is Firefox, which is where the browser gets its name.
Wow.
So if you look closely at the logo, it's actually not a fox. It's a red panda.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, I'm going to take a look at that. Wow, that is a fun fact.
That is a fun fact,
cool.
And you can have fun with it. Because you can go and check, you know.
Yeah.
You know, when this episode's done, then you go check. Don't check now. Here's another fact. The word robot comes from the Czech robota. In English, robota translates to forced labor.
Wow.
And of course, you know, robots tie into technology, obviously, because there's, you know, they're doing a lot more work and we're doing a lot less.
And in Star Wars, they call them droids, although in the original Star Wars, Mark Hamill does at one point say robots.
Yeah, so have you seen the new Star Wars movie?
Not yet. I'll get around to it.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
Oh yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes. All right. That's how I knew that Mark Hamill says robot instead of droid once in the original.
Once in the original. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to have to watch out for that. Yeah. We'll talk about that movie.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
That's a whole for a whole other time.
Yeah. Whole other time.
There's a million things we could talk about concerning Star Wars and let's not get off topic here. Stay focused.
Stay focused. One thing at a time. Another fun fact, created in 1956, the first ever VCR was the size of a piano. And I've seen a picture of this thing. It was massive. It was just massive. It was like this giant computer. Well, you know, remember how supercomputers used to take up an entire room of an office building?
Wow.
Yeah.
So they had a VCR in 1956.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but it was only professional use, not a home VCR, clearly. I don't think anyone could afford that.
Yeah.
Another fact, the very first Apple logo, are you familiar with the current Apple logo, which is like an apple with a little bite out of it?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, so that's the original Apple logo. The very first Apple logo featured Sir Isaac Newton sitting underneath a tree with an apple about to hit his head.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yes, I remember that now.
Now, here is a funny fun fact. Carrier pigeons beat internet upload speeds as late as in 2010. So that's only 7 years ago. Okay? They actually sent pigeons over with USB sticks the same time they started uploading a video over broadband, and the pigeons won.
Good for the pigeons.
No, good for the pigeons. But, wow, technology is kind of interesting. I got to say, as much as we talk about, you know, some of the perils of technology, I'm a real geek when it comes to technology. I love technology. I don't understand all of it, but I love the fact that it exists. Mm-hmm. The things that we can do, and you know, I mean, it's just incredible. I really like technology. According to Fox Business, there are a bunch of don'ts. Don't respond to a call, text, or email during a one-on-one meeting.
No.
Okay? Years ago, you'd be in your boss's office when the self-important jerk answered the phone, and you'd just sit there twiddling your thumbs, feeling like a worthless piece of garbage. It was rude then, and it's rude now. no matter what kind of phone it is, whether it's your business phone or your iPhone. Here's another don't. Don't take your smartphone to the bathroom. Everything's well and good until someone calls, and not thinking, you answer. Even worse, you flush. On speaker, bad idea. Yeah. I've never done that. The only time I've ever taken my phone into the bathroom is if I knew, for whatever reason, I was going to be there for a while and I maybe play a game or something.
Yeah.
That's even too much information. Don't follow a recipe while cooking. Now that's interesting when you say it like that, but here's his reasoning. He says basically smartphones with tiny screens and sharp knives don't go together. Trust me on this one, print the damn recipe. And there's two benefits to that. Printing it, it's probably easier to read, and then whatever, because you're not having to hold your phone while you're cutting something. But also the second thing is you can get to keep the recipe in a safe place. And again, it's writing it down. And science has proven, by the way, that when you write things down, you can remember them better. Did you know that? The act of physically writing? When I first started acting many years ago, one of my buddies told me, because he'd had some experience, whenever he needed to learn a piece for an audition, he would actually write out his lines, and almost instantly he'd know them.
That's actually how I learn lines a lot of times.
It?
This play I did about a year and a half ago, I sort of had to scramble to learn lines. I was cast with like about a month to go, and I do have this habit. It wasn't just this one play where monologues especially, I will type them out and not worry about whether I made mistakes, but just type it out. So it's 30, 40 lines, and then I'll look at it it's very visual. You see where this word is wrong, or it should be that word or whatever. So, excuse me. So it's very helpful in terms of any kind of memory work, not just learning lines as an actor. So yeah, I do it as well, and it's very helpful.
Cool. So do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to our don'ts.
Yeah.
Don't check out traffic apps while you're driving. Traffic apps give you all sorts of detailed reports on accidents that are probably caused by people checking out dumb apps on their phones while stuck in traffic. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, it shouldn't happen, but it is funny.
There's
an accident here. Oh, there's another accident.
Oh, look at that. It showed up. And according to Fox Business, don't have late night video calls in your bedroom. And not that kind of a call. A business call, like in which folks in Europe or in Asia where it's daylight, okay? It's really embarrassing when your wife walks by in her underwear. Also, watch what you say when the other end is on speaker. You have no idea who's listening. And I know there's an etiquette to that. There is an etiquette when you put someone on speakerphone. You are supposed to say, you're on speakerphone, I have such and such and so with me. And some people still don't understand. It's always a good idea to do that. Warn somebody when there's other people listening to the conversation, because sometimes if you and I are having a conversation, right? I mean, it can go anywhere. Right. And sometimes the language, we're not watching it or what have you. I don't know if you've noticed, but Jeff swears like a sailor in almost every episode. He just usually does it so that my lips are moving when he swears, and it looks like I'm saying everything.
I can throw my voice. I'm a ventriloquist.
Here's one that you touched upon, and this is so true. Don't be online when you're in line, right? According to this guy, the other day he was in waiting in line in a paint store. The guy in front of him had his eyes and thumbs glued to his phone while the clerk was trying to get him checked out. So he's at the checkout, and the clerk is trying desperately to get this done. There's people in line, and this guy's on his phone. He says, that'll be $94.50, please. Can you swipe your card again, please? Would you confirm your purchase, please? Could you sign for me, please? The guy had to be prompted every step of the way, and then he left some of his stuff on the counter. Go figure, because he wasn't what?
Focused on one thing.
Exactly. And, here's the last one. We all know about how you shouldn't text while driving, right? That's a big no-no. Plus, in Ontario, you can be fined a heck of a lot of money for doing so. And but here's one. Don't text while walking. Most people can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. Forget texting. People are walking into poles, falling off curbs, slamming into sliding glass doors. It's crazy.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen, but again, it's really funny.
Well, it's funny if it's not happening to you. I mean, if you get to watch this, hey, look, that guy walked into a pole. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, true. Like I think it all ties into the same thing. And that is be present, be in the moment, be there, be where you are. If you're in line, be in line. Handle your phone calls later. If you're out to dinner, enjoy the company, and then get on your phone later. If you're going for a nice drive, listen to some music, go for a nice drive, enjoy the scenery. Enjoy your surroundings, be in the moment. Yeah. All right. So next episode, we are going to be touching on some gaming and some fun facts and stupid game stupidness. Until then, ciao, ciao.
See ya.